Heartbreak 101. Heartbreak 101. So let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that bullshit. Yeah, I'm ready just to share with you guys. I'm just ready. So let me put some music on, as always, and get started. Here it goes. I love this song.
Evil. I have done my hitch over the plain houses, light by light. Lonely thing, well fingered, out of mind. A woman like that is not a woman, quite. I have been her kind. I have found cages, filled them with skillets, carvings, shelves, closets, silks,
So this is take 400.
the summer for the worm to the elf,
I've been doing this for the past 2 hours.
rearranging the disaligned. A woman like that is misunderstood. I have been her kind. I have ridden in your cart, driver, waved my nude arms at villages going by, learning the last bright routes, survivor where your flames still bite my thigh, and my ribs crack where your wheels whine. A woman like that is not ashamed to die. I have been her
When the
kind.
weight of any burden starts to heavy, we have to let go. It goes against every fiber in our being. It feels like
For
failure.
John, who begs me not to inquire.
What we love in this life. Love is the perfect excuse. It got us this far, that's crazy. Stopping now, that's even more crazy. But I let it drive me crazy and spin out of control as if I have any. We cling on to expectations, the ones we have for ourselves the most. We map out everything in any case and force ourselves to reach those goals. And when change occurs, we take it in consideration, as if we have any say. Negotiate there where we feel it might disturb our root, and defend our soul in God's chamber, and plead. This is not how it should be, but it already happened. This is the aftermath. Trying to bring back what has been, but bringing water to the ocean will only make you drown, and you know how to swim, so let go. We like to build chances from scratch. Start out with nothing, but to start is everything, so we try anyway and risk it all. But the fall will call upon you, unable to answer, hands tied, aching from the weight that's pushing down my spine. I'm supposed to be having my back, but I'm letting the toxic I thought was medicine spike through my healing. That I know better, but still feel some type of way. So the fight happening inside of me is continuing every day. I gotta let go before it drags me away. I gather up all the memories and put it in the smallest box I can find and breathe. Healing is to be your strongest on your weakest and forgive and allow yourself to grow. And so I call upon my soul and spread out my fingers until I finally, truthfully, genuinely let that shit go. Hey guys.
is a summer evening. The yellow mold sag against the locked screens, and the faded curtains suck over the windowsill.
Lullaby. It is a summer evening.
The yellow mold sag against the locked screens, and the faded curtains suck over the windowsills. And from another building, a goat calls in his dreams. This is the TV parlor in the best ward at Bedlam. The night nurse is passing out the evening pills. She walks on 2 erasers, padding by us one by one. My sleeping pill is white. It is a splendid pearl. It floats me out of myself, my stunned skin as alien as a loose bolt of cloth. I will ignore the bed. I am linen on a shelf. Let the others moan in secret. Let each lost butterfly go home. Old woolen head, take me like a yellow moth while the goat calls hush, Papa.
Kind sir, these woods. This poem has an epigraph before it, from Thoreau's Walden, which reads, "For a man needs only to be turned around once with his eyes shut in this world to be lost. Not till we are lost do we begin to find ourselves." Kind sir, this is an old game that we played when we were 8 and 10. Wait, mister. Wait, mister. Which way is home? They turned the light out and the dark is moving. There are no signposts in this one. Poor ladies over 80, in diapers, every one of them. La, la, la. Old music swims back to me, and I can feel the tune they played the night they left me in this private institution on a hill. Imagine it. A radio playing and everyone here was crazy. I liked it and danced in a circle. Music pours over the sense, and in a funny way, music sees more than I mean, it remembers better. Remembers the first night here. It was the strangled cold of November. Even the stars were strapped in the sky, and that moon, too bright, forking through the bars to stick me with a singing in the head. I have forgotten the whole rest. They lock me in this chair at 8 a.m. There are no signs to tell the way. Just the radio beating to itself and the song that remembers more than I. Oh, la la la, this music swims back to me. The night I came, I danced a circle and was not afraid. Mister, what's that? Before it came inside, I had watched it from my kitchen window, watched it swell like a new balloon, watched it slump and then divide. Like something I know. A broken pair or two halves of the moon, or round white plates floating nowhere, or fat hands waving in the summer air until they fold together like a fist or a knee. After that it came to my door. Now it lives here. And of course, it is a soft sound, soft as a seal's ear that was caught between a shape and then returned to me. You know how parents call from sweet beaches anywhere, come in, and how you sank underwater to put out the sound. Or how one of them touched in the hall at night, the rustle in the skin you couldn't know but heard, the stout slap of tides and the dog snoring. It's here now, caught back from time in my adult year, the image we did forget, the cranking shells on our feet, or the swing of the spoon in soup. It is as real as splinters stuck in your ear. The noise we steal is Harper Bell, and outside cars whisk by on the suburban street, and are there, dark. What else is this intricate shape of air, calling me, calling me?
Confused and left me. Finally got free for the issues or the tortures of the self-hate for the impelling in yourself at the find too little for the too late. I'm trying to learn how to live with you, but just can't get through constant search the release. Can't step a day in the shoes, can't always try to please. It can't help you anymore for there to find what's there for the no longer than you left me to do and care. If you did, why did you leave? Easily. Less whatever to find a way. There was little psychological dreams and dragons and breath burn the streets just to find a roar for through the emotions. Fall from erotic. Instead of the glaring, grinding of the teeth of the lone for the cave, for the homeless of the masquerade, for the endless of the escapade, for the final escape. To my dreams where I lay without the burdens and the unreliant. Find a smile into the sun for the cataracts into my sight and for fun. Storm clouds and there my vision to see less than I am, for the less the worthless. Less than the checks that paid me for toward that something in another to go. Or to gets better to define the sheets to just get wetter for the pleasure. For the pain, for the crying, the rain, for the fall, for the forever through the brain, for the subconscious and the melancholy, for the maniac and the rage of the insane. I would think to find a way for this ever could. The fall from the mountains and the witness the fall, for you climbed for the mountains and overcame that battle, for you all the thought for the one before. Then you slipped to the start, falling you tried to catch to, that couldn't catch you, thought you were safe and never the happy to stretch that. Thought for you were well, but then maybe you were the feeling of it very familiar to me, for never to lose this in an instant. But it had been there for you, for they didn't try to help, but that you were inches for the ground, for the mountain was so large enough that you couldn't call for me sooner, for that maybe you could save yourself. And I'm sorry for even the bout to know what happened, and even the writing of this. And I've lost a friend, the mountain crumbled when you hit the ground. Believe it, the progress that you had to make. When there's nothing left behind, for the nothing gone new. It feels like there's nothing left of you, for the nowhere to me to go, for the finding you try to find you in the sky. But you were always smaller than more fragile than other to try to find you in the water. But the waves weren't big enough that you can find a compare for anything for your being. They can't find you with the wildflowers, and because you were seeing much more of the grounded and purposeful, but they're still searching for. I wonder if I ever know when I lost you and why the falling in the mountain was too big to overcome. It was a public announcement, but it made up in the head. Exactly what I thought, for the rain taps just across that glass, such pleasant sound I never feel alone. The weather's all around, but it makes me think something was watching for the memory of me. In order to distract you, to help to ease the chaos, and never to find the sanity for the pouring of the concrete, for the cleasing over the street. It's funny enough for the dark grave, for this seems to suppose. I scrub the heart so, for this the hard to forget about the times and the lives, and unfortunately for the not good one happened yet, for the pooling over the flutters and glutting and flooding over your super stream enough to find an empty illusion for you to be rain tape. Tapping on along, trickles and never to down the way. Seems as if to be drowning for the rain, but it makes me believe that one day I'll breathe. Painting pictures and have the slightest idea for what you're doing. Just lay. For you and another, for the cross the table, for the laughing with each other, for the someone who can make it fit you better, for the I can want. For you to be the lover, for the beyond the summer. You iced me out and it was cold as winter, for you moved on easily enough for the taking that home, for the bed, for the mind, for the racing and falling asleep alone, for the painting of pictures, and you can tell yourself the stories and crafting your own narrative. Stage fits to cue, the lights, the spoken word, process to fight, to flight, for this to speak from different, empty but feeling for the God's timing. And not to tonight forget about rhyming, and never to try to speak right, and never the short, I gotta change, and never to find a Jesus love, for that he brought us with the price, and this and to find a driven path, that this is direction for the precise. Not to get it twisted for the dooming of this, and this the Holy Spirit that you can find drunk off a little bit of ice. This is find a spirit come filled with the life of the pain, and never mind for this. You can be the hating and spite, for no, not for me, for just praying for your life, and never in Jesus' name. But I say to you, for the love of your enemies, for the blessed those who curse me. Do good, choose those who hate me, for the pray for those who spitefully use you. Use the words, whenever the empty feeling for the moment, you find crazy in love with her. Then the next, amen, or she's not. The rain, painting, pictures, stage, empty, feeling for the paper airplane. Destruction for the sky comes to fall down, for the chaos and the people panic all around, for this to be the 1,000 planets that become the pieces of place, the space to destroy the ground. I don't understand these free thoughts, just freeze to death and falling a galaxy under the sun. And I don't understand poetry like this, or stuff that to sit under the moon for the
per se, a living, breathing creation of everything, is that I can control anything. I let the waves carry me. I let the wind dance with me. Flying tastes like freedom. Wings bigger than the equator. I hug my worlds, ain't nothing greater. You ask me what kept me busy. And to know that answer, you have to know me. Cause misunderstandings are often the labels that just won't stick, and I stick around, all around, over the place, yet center here 1 minute. Polishing the stars in my hair the next.
Ridiculously liberal.
Tempted
I'm Sue.
If you ask how she is, she'll say that she's fine. She disguises it well, but she's dying inside. She tried parties and drinking, just a little to start. Anything to fill that big hole in her heart. Now she's sleeping around, hoping love will be found. But her heart lies empty from the sorrow she's drowned. 'Cause deep down she knows that she is not bold. She puts on her fake smile while she bleeds. On the outside, she'll build so her life will seem filled. But on the inside, she's never complete. There's a boy on the streets, acting all rough, bullying others just to make him feel tough. He puts on a show so his ego will grow, puts everyone down to try and raise himself up. People assume that he's always been cold. It seems like there's nothing that could tame his soul. On the outside, he's callous with a heart made of...
I'm sorry to break this to you. I'm sorry you had to find this out in such an abrupt way. But I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the direction my life is headed. I'm not happy with not being happy right now. It happened. Finally. Something's changed. I don't know how to feel about this. Am I sad? Or am I glad? I can feel the pain inside my body. It's overwhelming everything I have inside me. And I try to realize that life goes on. Is that even true? Or does everybody say that so I can become you? Do they say that because of the lies that were told to everyone? Because of the price they had to pay for someone? Yes, I like to say that everything's okay. I like to show the happy side of me, because these are the sides they want to see. These are the nice things about me. But nobody realizes that I'm hurt inside, that I feel so dirty and ashamed of what I've done, what I've become. I can't deny all these lies that I am showing to the world. I need to tell you the truth. That spoken word is new. I am a liar. I am a sinner. And not only that, I am dirty, guilty, irresponsible, cowardly, jealous, and so much more. But I am not the only one. We are all the same. We are all doing the same mistakes. So don't blame other people for what they did. Grab your own things and try to get rid of all the trash that you collected your whole life. The things you're trying to forget are getting worse if you let them hide. So, I can tell you how much life hurts. I can tell you how sad it turns. And yes,
Confused. Curiosity. Confused. Curiosity killed that. Confused. Curiosity killed that cat. Satisfaction bring me back. Chasing the elusive white. hoping, bounding at the sight. Round the edge, this disappeared for not a glimpse of long white ears, and on my knees, this search for the grounding of the hair to be found. The earth gives out from below, and I'm gone before I know where I found myself with the soul down here to help. And I don't know where I'll stand when it's time for me to land, for this is losing all control, for the falling down the rabbit hole. Need to release the stress of the anger and the frustration for you releasing of the sense of control now. The best way to do that is through letting through the rough hands all over the body for the heavy breathing, and never you can find the releasing of the stress without the having to say the word for you can have. You can lose the spot like a riding a dragon for your flight of syndrome. This is the taming of what you find a cure. Not to save me or you, but to let us pass carried by the virtues of the future. Feeling the soul dying slowly every day, for the heart once bled too starts, just dies and fade. Hate to say, but enjoying the decay. The curse of me, and I'm sorry you had to meet the promises of pain, for this is only ones I kept for the bet you wish you now, for there was to meet or met just like me, for the feeling better when I'm dead. In the moments of your treasured memories, and I promise to leave you with peace, as long as you promise to bury me in pieces. No wonder for the wandering and ever your mind is just fleeing in thoughts. You don't have to say anything. Now I could read your mind, but simply your body language, and you play Russian roulette with the whip. For this is game with me. For the deceiving too late for the dear sun, for the call to be the moon, for the reflecting of the light, for the can I be your reminder for the soul to the soul pure. And can I be yours? And I miss you for the time we had to turn back the clock, for this enjoy the smiles and laugh, for this we had to hug for you again happily, for the ever the pretender. Are you okay not dreaming? In the dark caress this innocent soul, for wiped her face clean for tears. This is only once gave me peace, that the fall cleared my mind. And as it stilled every loathing in the thought, with its icy fingers are never to be seen again, ice cold, once thought of you, whenever the sun set, and every day for the ending of why there was a cloud in the sky. And then I thought of you for the full moons of the day that was the rainy filled with the gloom, for this to be the food, for the dew was too hot for the drinking, but it was too cold enough for the whenever I saw that for the overly burnt. Now I think for the suddenly randomly over the crossing of my mind, allow myself to cry for only a few, but to put myself back together for the I should have never let you break into my brain, heart, only you between ever green, spring fading up between bright and shine just upon us, butterflies flying over without you, falls begun, heart leaves gone off, strike back into souls echoing beyond this poetically. Just a tricky one for the death for the one between. This is the doom for the heart for the guy broken with enough of the fell in love for the world, swinging it over the suspension over the ending of what you call the pendulum of a string. For the marionette high above the ground, for don't look down enough for the gaze eternally for your demise, and you can have that last breath for the gasping over the death of this you grasp. It remembers what was taken away for the wave to return, for the wave to claim the place of this living, for the thought for the acquitted for the day in, and the thought required for the day in oblivion. And can I find you there singing over the dishealing, over the wise of the beard, over your climb, over the years that just done before, for the left of wondering, for the can you feed? Can you bring us to flutter for the shared imagination, for the gleaming of a sky? Loom to haunt us over and over again, for the nothing but for the really blind, for the never the two we die, for the fractions or factions of the fool's gold, for the obedient and legion. Not even the question of why we sing with a sigh. Or drifting for the words dance through the head like wrecking balls to destroying the sanity for the capitalizing over the fall. And all my soul, never should I have gave you the control, for the push me into the dark waters, for the room exploding and full of light, for the fields of the castles, over the missing over the night, and stand alone for the sand, for the remembering of the way I trusted your hand, for the pulling me far away for the shore, for the never to protect me anymore, for the words are not to for me, for the drifting out to sea. Can you see the hunt, the wrestling of the bushes, of the feeding of the paranoia, feeling someone's watching, with the fast steps to try to escape, for the void lighting over the stand cover, for the falling of the leaves of the flowing river, for your back is clear, nobody's there. Piercing, pain, crushes chest, sight becomes blank. Welcome to the hunt. A spreading of the love of the work
You make me feel like, you make me feel like, you make me feel like I can travel through time. You make me feel like tearing up the wormholes and make portals to time that we spent.
Their chest nothing but puddles of insecurities, because those that show you no love are usually the ones who need to see it the most. Ma mère n'a jamais eu des ailes. world that there's still plenty God left in you. My mama never had wings, but she always fought to soar in any atmosphere. You would think that she would see her, the way that she would juggle her 6 kids, 2 jobs, a home, the glory of her crown gear, abusive scars of an ex-husband without ever skipping a beat. But you know, strong women have a supernatural way of doing these things. She said that the secret to her strength was giving her jigsaw puzzle of the heart to God, the only being that's ever taken the time and appreciating all of its pieces. My mère, that I may eat that zen. My mama never had rings, but she always had this global warming of a smile. Told me to only love a woman that will melt the polar ice caps of your past. She sat me down one day, y'all, and said, now, you got to treat a woman like you would treat me, because if you don't, I will be on the next plane to slap you back into this country. You, a Cameroonian man, we do not do that shit. Now, what I grasped most about that statement, y'all, was the fact that my mother just said shit. But then she continued, beware of the tempting ballads of jazzy bells with tuba lips, trombone legs, and a bass line that could turn any man into a crooked song. And make sure to not sleep with no one else's bones but your own. My mama never had wings. She said if you try too hard to reach for the sun, you will only end up in flames. Do not be the handsome shadow of Icarus, son. Learn how to stay grounded, son. Teach trees about their roots, and never give the world your tears, only smiles, gift wrapped in forgiveness. Cause mama said, y'all, mama said that a hater is just a person with their heart all jumbled up because their self-worth and confidence is drowning in a sea of simulation that makes the oceans in their chest nothing but puddles of insecurities, because those that show you no love are usually the ones who need to see it the most. Ma mère n'a jamais eu des ailes.